Coming up right now, boop, on the nose, why Dr. Seuss is actually the inspiration behind one of the hottest gift trends this holiday season.
Also coming up on Daily Flash, the bizarre reason a former employee is suing Hooters and why the restaurant chain is pushing back.
A little bit later on, a giant retailer has gone quiet on Christmas and employees, well, they're not very happy about it.
But we're happy you're here.
Yes.
Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I am Mitch English. Welcome to Daily Flash, everyone. We have got a great show set up for you. We also have Matt Doolittle, who actually, you're going to be sitting down talking to a Wicked star, right?
Yes, Michelle Yeoh, and I have a big crush on her from back in her Bond days, so you'll be able to see that.
Oh, please don't hit on her. Please don't hit on her.
Well, I had to. I mean, when you get the opportunity, you got to take a shot, right?
Okay, well, all right. I mean,
Did we get a call from HR?
No,
Okay.
no, but after the Kathy Bates thing and him, it was just like a thing we just said,
Look,
let's stop
Kathy
doing
Bates.
it altogether, okay?
I'm looking forward to that interview, Matt.
Yeah, Matt, it's going to be fun, buddy.
All right. Who watches Yellowstone?
Well, I would love to, if I can find it. It's been gone for, what, 2 years now, hasn't it?
Yeah,
a year and a half or so?
I
Okay.
think it's been on hiatus.
But I have.
Year.
I love the show.
Well, if you've been paying attention to any of the headlines, you know exactly how the new season just opened up.
No, I don't. Please don't share
don't.
because I have to wait. Okay. Well, well, I know how it ended. How about the last season? I know how that ended. So, is there a big surprises?
Well, I wanted to sort of steer this conversation in the direction of how this new season starts because it was quite a shocker. Okay. Well, there's no. It's very well known that Kevin Costner and Tyler Sheridan, the creator of the show, had a falling out, and
Right.
Kevin Costner said, "I'm not doing the final season." So they found a certain way to take care of his character in the first episode.
Is that right?
Which everyone is shocked by. They're like, well, couldn't you have at least stretched it out a few more episodes? But in the first episode, nobody was expecting it.
Okay, so when they were promoting it, they would show Costner. Okay, so
Yeah.
we got a little. Is there a bait and switch involved?
Not a bait and
Not
switch.
really?
I mean, if anyone's a fan of the show, they knew that Kevin Costner would not be as involved,
Right.
and there was talk that, and this is known. It's not a huge surprise that somehow his character would not survive this season.
All right. Did he have an iPhone? That's how I know. That's a whole different story.
We have
got to talk about that.
We do have to talk about that.
Okay, here's my issue with Yellowstone. So I mean, it's a bit. People are going to be shocked.
Shocked.
I'm going to be
shocked.
shocked.
I was shocked. I was like, oh my! Yeah, I knew it was going to happen, but I didn't expect it to happen in this way and so soon. And that sort of brought me to the point, like when your favorite character or when a lead character leaves a show for whatever reason, does it make that show less watchable?
I think. Well, if they're the ones that drive it, I think of The Office. I think those last two seasons are just like I watch them now in repeats, and I'm just like, it's not there. It's not there. I mean, you tune in for a certain character, and if that character's gone.
Right.
Obviously, the chemical, the chemistry, and the chemical that makes it bond together is gone.
Well, it's like our favorite show, Breaking Bad. If they'd have gotten rid of Jesse right after the first season, like they were talking about, that entire series would have been completely different.
Well, that's a great point.
To keep that in mind. So, what my complaint about Yellowstone is that it's on Paramount, right?
Paramount Plus.
But I don't have that, so I have to, which is a CBS product.
Yes.
But you have to watch it if you have it on Hulu, which is an NBC product. But then I don't know when the times are.
But we actually get Paramount Plus. We do through Amazon.
So it's same here.
Wait, you get Paramount
Max
through Amazon?
Yeah, you can get Max. I got Max through it. Yeah,
but,
that's a thing.
Yes, but there's also Paramount, and then there's Paramount Plus. Like all these ridiculous streaming channels. Now, not only do you have the AMC, but you have AMC Plus. And if you want to watch the programs you want to watch, you got to upgrade to the Plus.
Let's do the same thing. Daily Flash.
Daily Flash Plus.
Yeah,
you get James. You get James if you get Daily Flash Plus.
Ooh, there we go.
The Sweet Baby James channel.
Sexy.
Yeah, Yes, but you're right. It is difficult to find Paramount Plus and find that show. But CBS was airing them for quite some time on the network during, when the actor strike was going on because they weren't sure what would happen. But that show's really racy, so there's a lot of stuff that they can't air on the network.
They had the same thing with the actor strike back in the early 2000s, if you remember that one, with Dexter. And that's how I started watching Dexter. And Dexter's nothing but murder. I was like, how are you getting this on CBS? But they edited it well enough that I didn't know. So I was cool with it. Let's jump into some of the trending stories around here. A nose job from a plastic surgeon in Turkey is considered one of the hottest gifts this holiday season. Who knew? She's actually offering what's known as Whoville. The doctor is actually making a name for herself on social media with videos showing off the virtual transformation. She says that her work is actually inspired by Dr. Seuss and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Her video shows off the before and after look of the patients whose nose have been reshaped with an upturned tip. See it? Okay. The reaction, a little mixed. Some love it, some hate it. Nose jobs or rhinoplasty has become a hot holiday gift trend during the, according to the American Society of Plastic Surgeons. Yeah, that little tip there, I think of Susie Who, her little nose goes up. This guy has it, you can see that. All right, well, I think that's always, it's cute, there's some major transformations, though, if you think about it.
I think they look nice. They don't look completely, they don't look exaggerated. I think they look natural. So that's a good thing. But is it weird to gift someone plastic surgery?
I think so. I think it's kind of weird.
You just give them a gift card? You're like, here you go. Here's Dr. Trevisani.
That is what it is. It makes them look better. It's like the BBL for the face.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to a guy that's going to make me look completely different and go, hey, I got a coupon. I'm not doing that. Give me the cash. I don't go.
It does sort of boggle your mind when you're driving down the road and you see a billboard for a plastic surgeon.
Yes.
$1.99. I'm like, who would pay $1.99 for plastic surgery?
Yeah, think about that.
Mean, all right,
if it works,
to each his own, right?
Yeah.
A transgender woman is suing Hooters for refusing to hire her. Brandy Livingston says she applied 3 times and was rejected without a fair shake. That's according to her. Hooters has responded. They say Livingston was asked to not return to the restaurant for aggressive behavior. The company said Livingston made staff extremely uncomfortable by proposing marriage and then threatened to go to a gun range to practice ahead of her next visit.
Wow.
When asked about the gun range complaint, Livingston said it was likely a misunderstanding. She misspoke.
So she's saying they're not hiring her because she's a trans woman.
Yes.
And they're saying, no, it's because you're doing all of this weird stuff and you're making us weird.
And our employees, and you make people feel uncomfortable.
I went to a Hooters one time, no lie, and a guy served us, and to this day, I think... Yeah. Huh?
One time?
Well, I know I've gone to Hooters many times, but when a guy serves you, I'm like, wait a minute, man.
Did you feel ripped off?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, and they sell that. They sell it. They go, this is what we want you to come here because of our waitresses. Heck, they're all over the billboards.
Hooters wants their wings boneless.
They want their... James said... I'm not even going to repeat what James said. Hopefully your mic was on when they said that.
Have you gone to Twin Peaks?
Actually, I have, yeah.
Okay.
My wife and I actually went out there.
Great scenic views.
I don't know. If she thinks it's that, I think you need to pull back and think about how you're behaving and how you make customers feel. That's what they have to go after. So there you go.
Neiman Marcus has removed the word Christmas from its iconic annual gift catalog. For the first time ever, the retailer is calling the glossy catalog the Holiday Book instead of the Christmas Book. The name change is raising concerns inside the luxury chain's headquarters. It's all unfolding as the CEOs are restructuring the 117-year-old company ahead of a buyout. This is Neiman's last holiday season before it's acquired by rival Saks Fifth Avenue for nearly $3 billion. Why you got to take Christmas out of the Christmas catalog?
Exactly. I mean, I can understand if you want to call it holiday and then you can spread it out. I get that. But here's the thing. If somebody says, hey, comes up to me and says Happy Kwanzaa or Happy Hanukkah, I'm not going to be offended. No. I don't know why we have to take it away, especially if it's been tradition for so long. Yeah. To me, it would be like, oh, they're following tradition. I appreciate that sort of thing. And you'd think that the new regime that's going to come in that would want to honor that, but it doesn't seem like that's the case.
Yeah, 117 17 years and you've gone with a catalog that's been your Christmas catalog for however many of those years, and then all of a sudden you decide in your last final hurrah, you're going to just change it to the holiday catalog?
You can't do that.
Boo.
Speaking of Christmas, so the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center, it has arrived. It marks the 93rd year for the city's holiday tradition. The 74-foot, 11-ton Norway spruce has made its way from West Stockbridge, Massachusetts to downtown Manhattan. Earl and Leslie Albert, who were newlyweds at the time, this is cool, check it out. They planted the tree back in 1967.
Wow.
Well, Leslie passed away just prior to Rockefeller's head gardener arriving to scout out the tree. The family sees it as a great tribute to their mom. Now, the last time Rockefeller Center chose a tree from Massachusetts was way back in 1959. The iconic tree is a mainstay for New Yorkers, past and present. The first tree actually went up in 1931 by Italian-American workers who were building the skyscraper. Neat stuff there, right? Love
so
seeing
cool.
that.
Me too.
All right, we got great stuff still to come right here on Daily Flash. You don't want to miss out on Matt's talking to Michelle Yeoh from Wicked. See what she's going to be doing in the new movie.
Yeah, we've got all sorts of things coming up too. We're going to talk about AI news anchors. Wait until you see the AI news anchors. It's crazy.
Hey now, welcome to Preview Review, and this is my little segment that Matt Doolittle gets to get, where we get a sneak peek and I get to speak geek. And a big trailer just hit today is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Check it out.
Our lives are not defined by any one action. Our lives are the sum of our choices. Everything you are, everything you've done, has come to this.
I am so stoked for this because it got delayed so much because of the writer's strike, the actor's strike, all of that. We were finally getting this on May 25th of 2025. It is finally going to come out. We are going to get to enjoy Ethan Hunt for one last time. Apparently, they're going to move into some other stuff too, but we'll see if they do more Mission Impossibles. But this one was epic, and it left us on a proper cliffhanger. Hopefully he doesn't break his ankle again. All right, and going on to theme park news this week, we got a preview of Donkey Kong Land at Universal Japan, but it's a look into what is coming to the Epic Universe at Universal Orlando. Check it out.
こういうバナナの山ですね。これ1日で食べるんですかね。すごい食欲やね。あ、ドンキーコング。おお、ドンキーコングが来てくれました。元気にしてた？どうですか？このジャングルの住み心地は。おお、気に入ってるみたいです。ドラミングも絶好調ですね。
Yes, Donkey Kong Land is opening at Universal in Japan, but this is a preview of what we're going to get here in Orlando at Universal's Epic Universe that opens on May 22nd, 2025. Fingers crossed, everything works. So here on Preview Review, we're going to have a lot of stuff coming up, so you can check it out on our YouTube page. I'm going to have a Red 1 review. I'm going to have Gladiator 2, and of course, a Wicked review. So I cannot wait for that, guys.
Thank you so much. It's time now for a little segment where we actually pick a little wild story, we share it, and pretty much all say together, Mitch, please. His name's Cole Tashman. He's a Florida surfer, and he's now recovering after surviving his shark bite. Okay? There's a little bit more to the story. He was surfing at Bathtub Beach and was bitten by an 8-foot shark. Wow. As wild as that sounds, it's actually a chilling repeat of an incident that actually happened to him 11 years ago. But this recent bite, much more severe than the first. It required 93 stitches, 10 staples, and 3 tendons that had to be reattached. Now, Tashman was pretty fortunate, no doubt, that a local food truck operator used his surfboard leash as a tourniquet. and that actually helped with the controlling of the bleeding, and then they rushed him off to the hospital. Toshman was discharged from the hospital. He's now focusing on his recovery. He has set up a GoFundMe campaign to help cover his medical expenses. Already over $7,000 has been raised. His goal is $30,000, to all of which we say getting bit by a snake twice? Mitch, please! Here's the thing. Is it the shark's fault, number one? I say, do we actually contribute to this GoFundMe account? Because think about this. Yes. Once bitten, twice shy, right? Yes. Oh, you're on that? Right. Okay.
I'm going to jump into it.
Please get over here and tell me your thoughts on all of this here.
So I think that what happens is, we expect these wild animals to be tame.
Very true. Very true.
They're a wild creature in their own habitat, and I see us as invading on their space.
100% are. And the Earth is 2/3 water, number one. Now, surfers have a totally different mentality, first off, because I'm going to tell you something right now. First off, you can get me on a surfboard, or if you can get me anywhere near, like, getting into the ocean, and I get bit by a shark, that's it. I'm done. Yeah. I'm not going back ever again.
I got you.
But the surfer mentality is, and we've all seen Point Break, right?
Yes, we have.
Right? That you go back in there and you face your demon. This time, I guess, was a snake. Yeah. And then bit twice. Like I said, once bitten, twice shy, I would not definitely go back in there. And the thing is, they can't catch the shark. And if they did, you know what they would have done? They would kill it. Just because it bit, it was being a shark.
That's the thing that drives me nuts. The shark is being a shark. You're in his habitat. What is he supposed to do? He sees like something that looks nibbly, and he nibbles. He
nibbles. He does what anybody would actually want to think of to do as well. So
I do wonder how they catch, because sometimes they'll say, we got the shark. How in the world did you get the shark?
How do you know which one it is? Now, granted, if it's, got like maybe the sleeve of the arm of the guy that he chewed up, that's one way to do it.
The same watch.
If he's wearing the same watch that says braided, understandable. But again, when you think about how many fish are in the sea, how are they going to know the actual one? And in Florida, whenever you're in Florida, you are within a half mile of a shark all the time, no matter what.
Or an alligator.
Or an alligator. Yeah. Depends on what, if it's saltwater or freshwater, either way. We just have come to know that. We just have come and appreciated it.
From what I've heard, and I don't know if this is fact, but I've heard that sharks don't necessarily like humans. That's not something that they would feed off of. It just happens like if you're in their territory and it's like you're dangling a bright, shiny object in front of them, they're like, oh, what is that? Maybe it's a fish. I'll take a bite out of it. And then they're like, ooh, human, that's so good.
Human doesn't taste that good. Much like when we get a bad piece of fish or so. We're probably the same way. Alrighty. In upstate New York, the ultimate safe house has hit the market. Get this, for $2.69 million. Ooh. Some of its amenities: steel reinforced walls, a security gatehouse, concrete floors, a NASA-designed water filtration system, secret escape routes, panic rooms, and even a private helipad. It also features saltwater pool and a spa, a home theater, a gym, a library, a ballroom, and nearly 10,000 square feet of white sandy beach. No sharks. There's 8,200 square feet of living space with 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. And guess what? Don't worry. Once you get out on the land, you got 10 acres to run around.
10 acres.
And that's not bad, right?
Yeah.
I'm loving that. We've got more Flash coming up right around the corner. Don't go anywhere. We love having you along. Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. Here's some trending stories here we want you to know about. More than 40 monkeys escaped from a research lab in South Carolina, and authorities are actually warning residents to keep their windows and doors closed. Seriously. Authorities say that the monkeys broke out of a facility that specializes in biomedical research when a caretaker, forgot to shut the door. Now, search teams from the lab are working to locate the monkeys. They're running loose within the perimeter of the research facilities. Crews were setting traps, and basically with apples and peanut butter. They also were using thermal imaging to locate the monkeys. A lab spokesperson said the 43 primates were young females, each weighing about 7 pounds. Investigators say that there's no health risk associated with the primates. The monkeys were housed at the lab, had not been used for any type of research. At last count, I think they were at 24 that they have actually caught so far, but there's still some out on the loose, monkeys out on the loose, so be careful.
And from what I understand, this has happened several times before. before.
You know, and you think, how do they get out? It seems like there should be like 2 doors. You know what I'm saying? Like there's one door and it just goes outside. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody forgot to close the door.
Yeah, that's what happened. They forgot to shut the door and then they ran out. It seems like there should be like a vestibule or something like that that would stop that. And when I think of research labs, I always see them go through like a decontaminated room and that sort of thing. But that doesn't seem the case.
Here in Central Florida, in the Ocala National Forest, they have a lot of wild monkeys that were left over from a couple of movies that they shot up there, and Tarzan is one of them. So
there's an island that they all live on.
Yeah, and occasionally, if you're up there and you're doing some boat tours, you may see one
some
every once in a while.
There you go.
A new television station is featuring AI-generated news anchors and news content. Take a look.
Hello, and welcome to Channel One, a new way of consuming, reporting, and thinking about the news powered by artificial intelligence. Today, you'll witness AI-generated stories and headlines, captivating visuals, and data-driven insights. From global news to finance to entertainment, we'll show you how technology enables us to bring you a global perspective.
That is an AI news anchor. The Los Angeles-based Channel One is hoping to be the first ever nationally syndicated news station in the U.S. to use AI-created anchors and reporters instead of humans. Its content, video, and images will also be generated by AI.
So right now, when you watch a movie, maybe a not so big budget movie that they can afford a CNN anchor, they use like actors. That's what this seems like right now, where it's the cadence isn't right.
Yes.
But that's right now. I mean, within a year from now, they're going to be, doing the things that normal news anchors do.
I find this terrifying.
I do too.
Because even though you can kind of tell a little bit, the voices seem a little odd, the images maybe just a tiny bit glitchy, they could all pass as a news anchor, as a
100%.
human news anchor, and yet this is all AI. Even the content, even the video stuff is generated, AI generated.
And which is a little scary because, they gather that information and you get a synopsis of what all the information they get. I mean, it puts it into one. But, they have admitted, too, that sometimes AI doesn't say the right things as well. But then you go, well, there's people that report news that's not always the right. It's like so weird to see this, but it's no doubt in the future. It's not going to go anywhere. It's here to stay.
But I think with having an actual human there is sort of that chance for human error. And I think people kind of like to know that there might be something more to it than just a computer-generated person.
Listen, if I'm pulling up and getting some gasoline and this thing pops on, I'm fine with it. All right, because if you're getting your news from the gas station, God bless you.
Hey, we might be on a gas station.
Yeah, who knows? That's true. Yeah, we're number one at Exxon, but it's not going away. Just know that it's only going to get better, and it's here to stay. We go now to Australia, where a breakdancer known as Ray Gunn, she said she's hanging up her sneakers. The 37-year-old performance at the Paris Olympics actually went viral for all the wrong reasons. Her name is Rachel Gunn. She competed in 3 breakdance battles and was just shut out. Rachel revealed she doesn't want to face the criticism that can come with future competitions. Gunn says that she'll continue to breakdance, but in her privacy of her own home. Breakdancing will not be a part of the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles because of this, possibly. It was something for people to watch, though. You have to give it that. There's been all kinds of crazy. There was ice sculpting was a competition one time. There's all kinds of crazy stuff, and they bring them in like this, to test it out. Say, hey, here's something neat that they're doing. But you see, then you watch this, and my understanding, she's more like a performance artist, right? She was just kind of doing it for. I mean, can she really say that she's a breakdancer?
I don't think so, and I think she knew that. But I also think that was sort of the misguidance of this whole category. Because if you tuned in, you wanted to see breakdancing. I was curious to see, what kind of competition it would be like, and you would think if it's in the Olympics, it would be at this extreme high level, and yet all these people look like they had just sort of learned a few moves and they were, writhing on the stage. I'm like, what is this I'm watching?
And if you would have gone back to the 1980s or whatever, when breakdancing first came out or whatever, and you go, it's going to be an Olympic sport one day, they'd be like, get out of here. Parachute pants would have happened. Cardboard stock would have gone like it's crazy.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hello, everybody. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
So glad to have you here. Matt Doolittle is going to be talking to Michelle Yeoh coming up in just a few, so you don't want to miss out on that. And we're going to have some fun here as well. It's interesting to see how countries are handling social media. Have you heard what Australia is proposing as far as social media goes?
Yeah, it seems very bizarre. I don't understand the whole censorship thing in Australia.
Well, they're saying first off, they want to get rid of social media as much as possible. And what they're doing now is actually going against like TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, X, possibly even YouTube. You had to be a certain age in order to actually go and see it. Now, if you're caught, if this new bill, which would, if they pass it in Australia within a year, then it would be in effect and such. But the parents would not get in trouble and the kids wouldn't get in trouble, but the sites would, because they need to do a better job in finding out who is actually on it. Now, you say, well, a 15-year-old or a 13-year-old or 12-year-old, they can get on any of those sites. All they're going to do is put a fake birthday in there.
Exactly.
So they're saying, well, that's not enough. You need to make sure that you figure out a way to make sure that who is on there, including a 15-year-old, and it might give some a little bit of pressure to parents to make sure that the kids aren't doing these sort of things. So they're thinking that it's a huge problem in that country.
Wow.
And it could just come into effect within the year or so.
It is hard to imagine life before social media.
That's true.
Right? But I can see, how do you rein it in? I mean, I don't know. It's sort of like once you let the genie out of the bottle, it's, it's kind of impossible. That would
be the only way. I guess there are some sites that require you to take a picture of your driver's license to prove that you are who you are, your age, and that sort of thing. But I could see, I wouldn't want to take a picture of my driver's license and upload it, you know?
And for a kid, you could just grab somebody else's or create one. I mean, it's not that difficult to probably put one together and fake it so you could create your own account. I mean, that's tough to police.
And these companies make so much money, they're going to fight it. So I don't think it'll come to fruition, but at least they're saying we want to do something about it.
I think it's got to end up with the parents. I mean, and the schools. You got to, I think some of the schools here in Central Florida have said no more phones in the classroom.
Which I think
you can bring it to school, but you can't have it in the classroom. And that they said that has completely changed the learning landscape. It's done a 180. And so maybe that's what you do. I mean, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I blame Ray Gun. I blame Ray Gun in Australia.
Ray Gun, the breakdancer.
Oh, the breakdancer.
Breakdancer. She retired, and now that's why all their social media is blowing up.
She was probably part of the problem.
Well, that seems to be one of the latest football dances in the celebration zone, the Ray Gun. A nose job from a plastic surgeon in Turkey is considered one of the hottest gifts this holiday season. Who knew? She is offering what's known as the Whoville. The doctor is making a name for herself on social media with videos showing off a virtual transformation. She says her work is inspired by Dr. Seuss and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Her video shows off the before and after looks of her patients whose noses have been reshaped with an upturned tip. The reaction has been mixed. Some love it, others hate it. Nose jobs or rhinoplasty has become a hot holiday gift trend, according to the American Society of Plastic Surgeons.
Yeah, it's dangerous. First off, I mean, you are talking about your body, but you can see really a big difference in this.
Huge difference.
I hate to say it's a hook, but some people, I mean, those are hooks, man. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Look at her.
I do think her work is nice because it's subtle. It's not. I mean, obviously, we're just getting a profile picture, but it looks very nice.
I'm all for it. If you want to make you something on you want to change, okay, all right, no problem at all. The problem is that you can't go and think you can change absolutely everything. It's part of wabi-sabi. I mean, you're going to have to deal with one or the other. Mine is I'm either getting rid of my chin or getting hair implants.
But
I don't know, one or the other.
I almost feel like it could sort of be like a leaky boat scenario, because you fix one thing and then you're like, oh, but my eyes don't really match my nose. So let's go do the eyes. Well, now my mouth doesn't go with the new nose and the eyes.
Cat lady.
Just back in the news the other day.
It's so true, because it's like one small thing will change the whole dimension of your face, and then you can see how these people develop body dysmorphia.
100%.
Well, get ready for thrills and chills because Wolfman, the latest spine tingler from Blumhouse and Universal, they know how to put a horror movie together, howls into theaters this January 17th. It's a bold new take on a classic horror legend. I had the chance to head out to LA last week and sink my teeth into some behind-the-scenes secrets. Now, I got to sit down with the director, Lee Whannell, who's quickly becoming the unofficial captain of the Dark Universe, the Wolfman himself, Christopher Abbott, and his on-screen wife, Julia Garner, who's acting with her second Wolfman. Let's dive into our conversations. And I appreciate the almost 2-hour anxiety attack, the whole film.
Oh,
so,
good, good,
that's
good.
What you're going
I'm
for,
really
right?
happy. Only horror filmmakers can be happy about giving you an anxiety attack.
Yeah. So obviously you were involved with Saw, wrote that, wrote Insidious, you wrote Wolfman. So how does it feel to be the creator of all of Halloween Horror Nights houses for the past 10 years, it seems like?
It's so great. I mean, having grown up as a horror fan, I'm sure you did the same thing. I grew up going to sleepovers watching Nightmare on Elm Street films.
I worked at Horror Nights for 11 years.
Oh, wow, really?
I was a Wolfman a couple times. So.
You're kidding me. Oh, my God. Oh, that's awesome. It's funny. In Australia, where I grew up, we don't celebrate Halloween. It's not a thing.
You got everything there that wants to kill
I feel it. Yeah, exactly. We got nature. So for me, as a horror fan, to be able to go to something like Halloween Horror Nights and see that people are actually responding to these creatures that we're now... That James Wan and I, things that we've created or things that I've been involved with are now in that sort of wall of fame. There's no better feeling.
When you got to go through that, you got to shave everything, go through the makeup process. Yeah. Was it like a progression of those, or did you start out with the heavy stuff and then pull your way back? How did you go through that?
Well, I mean, you shoot out of order, so there was about 7, let's call them like 7 stages of the makeup process. And so it would just vary depending on what we were shooting that day. But it would, the earlier stages would be anywhere from like 2.5 hours in the chair, and then the later ones are 7 plus, like whatever it is. So it's a lot, but it's worth it.
I don't see this character getting an Abbott and Costello spinoff, like from back in the
I would love it.
I mean, you love it. It goes with your last name.
I would love it.
I
need to do some comedy in my life. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So you've worked with now almost 2 Wolfmen, Jason Bateman, Ozarks, and Chris in this one.
Yeah, different Wolfman.
Who's the cooler Wolfman at the end of the day?
Who's the cooler Wolfman?
Who's the cooler Wolfman?
What kind of question is that?
Saying, but you got
I'm not going to say that because I love them, both the Wolfmans equally. How about that? They're very different. It depends on
you want like high school cool wolf, or you want like, chase you through the woods wolf?
One's like sweeter and one's a little more savory.
Yeah, okay. It's in the trailer and you see it, it kind of starts with a scratch and it obviously gets worse and worse and worse. So now when you go around, you see a friend that has a scratch, you're like, you need to go get that. Because I got scratched in the eye by my cat a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
My wife was instantly like, you need some antibiotics.
And then he might become Catman.
Catman.
Yeah. Which, why isn't there a cat? There's a Catwoman.
Catwoman. There needs to be a Catman.
Yeah,
that's the next role for
Yes, maybe you should be hired.
Then you can build that whole thing.
You should, contact someone.
Build that whole
Catman.
network. Yeah. You've done these, these dark, intense things where everybody's very tight and everything. So next, a dance movie?
Yeah, I'm thinking
Dracula, like a happy-go-lucky tap dance Dracula, maybe?
I want to start with where it's set. I'm thinking this should be set like in Tahiti or the Amalfi Coast. I'm going to basically do what they did with White Lotus, which is genius. Just go from great resort to great resort.
Now pick your next vacation.
Yeah, exactly.
Full Sandler.
I totally. The Adam Sandler method is genius because you're like, where do I want to be for 6 months? Okay, Hawaii.
There you go.
I'm doing it like that from now on. Trust me.
You're scaring me.
Back off! Daddy's mean. Hurry, Mommy.
Look, Julia, I think you need to go pitch the Catman idea to Lee and we get that rolling. I'm happy to star in that. Look, this movie is super fun. I have my formal review up on our YouTube page. Just search Daily Flash Show and a preview review on there, special edition. A little bit of a longer conversation with this. Me and Chris get into our love-hate relationship with the Magic and the Knicks. So make sure you go check that out. And make sure you check this out in theaters on January 17th. Wolfman in theaters.
Over 100,000 tech lovers have descended on Las Vegas for CES 2025, the ultimate playground for the latest gadgets and innovations. Tech Life columnist Jennifer Jolly, live in Vegas, ready to give us an insider story. Jen, where do we begin?
Mitch, the only thing that could make it better here is if you were here with me. That was so much fun when we would do these stories together here. But alas, I'll just do what I can without you and let you know all about it. For the second year in a row, AI is taking center stage in, well, kind of everything here, including the latest laptops like this Samsung Galaxy Book 5 Pro. They just unveiled this. You're getting a first look here of the 16-inch AMOLED display. It is a total productivity powerhouse with up to 25 hours of battery life. Oh, look at this. It is sleeker and lighter than ever before, packed with a ton of snappy, updated AI-infused tools like AI Select, where you can search for anything anywhere with just one click. Photo Remaster, that's my personal favorite standout feature, transforming all of your pictures into high-quality images with zero fuss or any extra work on your part, coming soon to the United States. Take a look at Kodak's new Luma 500 projector, also getting a big AI boost here. It's a small, I think kind of spaceship-looking full HD smart projector with autofocus and keystone correction that turns any space into this like cinematic experience. I mean, look at that image right there. Doesn't that look like you would see at a movie theater? And thanks to this AI smart insides here and better integration with things like Google, you can now browse more than 700,000 movies, TV episodes, and live TV from across your streaming services all in one place. This on sale now. This current backyard model P electric pizza oven lets you bake a 12-inch pizza in your backyard or even right inside your house because it's electric. You can use it indoors. The oven heats up to as much as 850 degrees and uses a proprietary algorithm to keep that temperature even so you don't have to flip the pizza halfway through the cook. I love that. Solves a lot of problems for people like me who spill all the toppings off every time I try to cook a pizza. I love that the app's pizza build calculator figures out the perfect cooking time and temperature too, based on things like thin or thick crust, the amount of sauce, cheese, and other toppings. Comes out in Q2, just under $600. Wybot's S3 pool cleaning robot is making a splash here with new bells and whistles like advanced 3D mapping and the world's first self-emptying pool cleaner. It's cord-free, docks itself, uses solar panels to help charge itself back up inside the pool so you never have to mess with it or wrestle with it. And then thanks to Wi-Fi and onboard sonar, you can see it in action and make changes on the fly from an app on your smartphone. Dreamy's newest X50 Ultra Robot Vacuum. Well, take a look at this. It has a leg up on the competition. Like literally, it can propel itself up and over obstacles 2.5 inches high. They call it their Pro Leap system. Look at those little small little legs roll out there, boost it up over small little steps. The X50 Ultra can also maneuver underneath furniture and identify up to 200 types of objects. That helps it figure out what not to run over or accidentally try to vacuum up. Available for pre-orders, a bunch of extra perks today, $1,700. Read more at techish.com.
CES, the Consumer Electronics Show, is the world's largest tech event, showcasing the groundbreaking innovations that will shape the future of technology. Joining us now with a sneak peek live from the showroom floor in Las Vegas is technology and lifestyle expert Stephanie Humphrey.
This year at CES 2025, we're seeing innovations that are truly pushing the boundaries of technology. One of the major trends we're seeing is the growing demand for sustainable power solutions. People are looking for ways to reduce reliance on traditional energy, and this year, Jackery is debuting the Jackery Solar Generator 5000 Plus. It's lightweight, eco-friendly, and offers 4,000 charging cycles, making it a long-term power solution for your home. Another trend at CES is the focus on smart home technology. The Narwhal Flow has a unique mopping system that applies fresh water while removing dirty water, leaving your floors spotless. It even cleans right up to the edges, giving you a hands-free, all-in-one cleaning solution. And when it comes to cleaning your valuables like eyewear and jewelry, Optic Wash Elite has really caught my attention. It's a professional-grade, at-home cleaning device that's safe, easy to use, and works in just 2 minutes. For more information, you can follow me on Instagram at TechLifeSteph.
Hey, televisions are always a hot tech item, and the screens get bigger, brighter, and even clearer every year. Andrea Smith is in Las Vegas at CES with all the innovations this year.
Hi, ma'am. Andrea Smith at CES in Las Vegas, where we are exploring the future of technology. Today we're at the TCL booth, the #2 market share leader of TVs in the U.S. and a leader in display innovation. So Bruce, what's your secret?
A key part of TCL's secret sauce lies in our vertical integration. We make all the components like TV panels, our backlights, TVs that have been reviewed in 2024 as the brightest TV ever tested. This direct control allows us to offer exceptional value to our consumers, especially in the growing large screen TV market.
So how do you see these innovations impacting the future of display technology?
Controlling our entire manufacturing process empowers our talented engineers to innovate and rapidly bring cutting-edge technology to market. Our new 2025 QM6 Series TVs, our first entry into the 2025 Precise Dimming Series, features technology that would have been exclusive to a flagship model just a few years ago.
With the rise of augmented reality, or AR, talk to us about the Ray Neo AR glasses.
Ray Neo is redefining the future of AR, bringing immersive, cinematic experiences to life with unmatched comfort and style. Here at CES, we are excited to show our innovations, like the award-winning Ray Neo Air 3.
Finally, tell us about TCL's partnership with the NFL. What's been the most rewarding part of working with the league?
We are so honored that the NFL chose TCL to be the official TV partner of the NFL. Knowing that most fans have never attended a game, we are excited to bring customers high-quality TVs like our 98-inch models that are currently starting under $2,000. After all, no one wants to watch the big game on a small screen.
Learn more at tcl.com.
Thanks for all that great info. We'll make sure we have it on our website at dailyflashshow.com.
Hey, Mitchie.
Hey, Jackson.
Yeah, I want to talk about that big story coming out of Hollywood.
Hold on. Wait. I want to get Matt in on this call. All right, hold on.
Hey, what's up, Mitch and Dias?
Matty!
Mitchie.
Mateus.
Mitch, my man.
Matty of Berkshire.
What's going on?
Hey, AJ wants us to talk about a big story that's happening.
This kid, the Kiki, says hi. He has his own Instagram.
That's great, Matt, but I really want to talk about this big story coming out of Hollywood.
Ooh, dog and cat, it's
You should check it out. This kid, the Kiki.
I want to know what's going on.
What?
Oh, okay, so real quick. Why does he still have a dial-up modem?
Hey, I gotta get back to wrestling stuff.
It's on the music.
You know what? Maybe we should just try this later.
Okay, all right. Peace and love.
Daily Flash.
Where are you?
It's just better when you're part of the conversation. Join us online.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. It's time for us to look at the lifestyles of the rich and famous. We're going to dive into some celebrity real estate.
This is where we spend other people's money.
Yes.
Let's start with Bobby Burke, the interior designer who starred on the Netflix reboot of Queer Eye for its first 8 seasons. He just listed his estate in the Hollywood Hills for $2.75 million. The home offers nearly 3,000 square feet of living space, plus 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. Burke did a major remodel on all of the interiors of the residence. The Spanish-style home dates back to 1979, but Burke's updated the space to reflect 2024. Marketing images show white interiors with largely neutral furnishings, floor-to-ceiling windows, flood the space with lots of light.
Oh, I like that, black and white. That's kind of cool looking. All right, next up, we have Oscar Isaac. He is actually letting go of his Brooklyn penthouse. The sprawling 4-bedroom, 3-bath duplex was just listed at $4.5 million. The famed Star Wars and Dune actor bought the residence back in 2018. Home actually sits on 2 top floors with 2,400 square feet in high-end finishes. That is nice.
Beautiful.
Main floor of the penthouse has 12-foot ceilings and wide plank floors. There's even a guest suite that can double as an office or even a media room. A sweeping staircase takes you to the second floor where the primary suite is located, and you get with that panoramic city views.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Sonia Morgan's Upper East Side townhome is up for rent. $42,000 a month, my friend. That's the rent. Morgan is a fixture on The Real Housewives of New York City. The 5-story townhouse changed hands when Sonia and her now ex-husband, John Adams Morgan, purchased it back in 1998 for $9 million. The home has 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, custom woodwork, and a stunning sunroom that leads to a 35-foot garden. Other standout features include a formal dining room and a master suite with a private balcony. Again, that could be yours for $42,000 a month just to rent.
That is a lot. Sonia lived there, so somebody will probably want to stay there just because of that.
I suppose so. But who has $42,000 a month
right?
for rent?
I mean, that's yeah. I mean, imagine that same amount of money rent. You can go ahead and buy something.
Yeah.
There's a decent for 3 months. A decent down payment on some house somewhere.
I don't know if I even had so much money. It didn't matter if I would be willing to part with $42,000 a month in rent.
It'd have to be convenience. That's it.
Yes.
That does it for us here. We're sorry you have to leave our home. We love being in yours.
Yes,
we
we
appreciate
do.
you spending time with us.
For more information on any of today's stories, be sure to check out our website, dailyflashshow.com. Be good.